It's April 15th, 2015. It's my birthday. I'm celebrating it out here at Edible Acres, planting trees, transplanting, sampling new crops. Been chewing on my first piece of astragalus root. It came out of such clean, finished, aged compost I couldn't help myself but start chewing it, and it's magical how good it feels. Got hundreds and hundreds of these seedlings that I'm looking forward to planting out. It's pretty amazing. It looks like a human. Just chewing it as it is. Been enjoyable. Watching the rhubarb start to pop up. I've been going large on rhubarb this year. All sorts of things happening. The garlics are waking up. The hasscaps are starting to pop. The cultivar blackcaps are starting to wake up. All the named elders that I'm starting to play with are pushing new green and purple leaves. The Monarda fistulosas and didymas and the Nettles, the black currants, everybody's starting to wake up, and it's really exciting. It's still early in the season. That's a nice black currant just starting to do its thing. Cuttings that were stuck in the fall are starting to give a little resistance to tugging, telling me that they're starting to push roots and get ready for the season. Doesn't look like much in here right now, but we've got Boyne and Bristol raspberries and blackcap raspberries, different varieties of thornless blackberry. We've got some cranberries that held their fruit right through the winter. That was a real nice surprise. I just ate one a little ways ago. Wouldn't call it the best fruit I've ever had, but for April 15th, overwintered, to have little gems like this. Now you're going to think I planted this here, but I didn't. That came off of this cranberry. Made in the fall, stayed there all winter. Deer were coming through here, rabbits were coming through here. They never touched this. It's very tart and very good. So today we're eating raw nettles, garlic greens, astragalus membranicus root, fresh cranberry, prickly pear cactus fruit. These are the first browses of the spring season in a high diversity perennial polyculture and zone 5B. We hit -20 this winter, and we had about 2 to 3 feet of snow for a fair amount of the winter, as indicated by our Nanking cherries that are girdled in this band here. Snow is up to here, the rabbits girdled them up to there. And we have their Siberian pea shrubs hit by deer all the way at the top. They were hungry this winter, but we've planted out, boy, over 2,000 some odd trees, somewhere in that ballpark, over the last 7 years. And so even though there's deer browse on nearly all of them, we're still going to get more crops than we know what to do with as far as home use. There's the Nero aronia starting to put out new buds. Very exciting. All these perennial bits, they're pushing and getting ready to be eaten and worked with before a lot of annual starts are even started. Tomatoes, hot peppers, those sorts of things are just now getting started, you know, on heat mats indoors, under lights in a greenhouse. Not even transplanted till May, not even eating till June, July, August, some things until September. And here we are in a system where, although it's, you know, slim pickings, it's still pickings, right? So here's the nettles that I can harvest for dinner. I'm going to trim these real nice and flush. They'll be steamed and sautéed with some sorrels, maybe sweet Sicily bits for dessert, some garlic greens to sauté or steam up. All these greens are ready to go, and every day they're just going to get bigger and bigger. And my goodness, are these at their sweetest this time of year. It's going to seem crazy, but take your nettle, you pinch it firmly, roll it real hard with your fingertips. Mine are dirty, but I trust my soil. Pop it right in. You can take my word for it, I'm chewing it, and boy is it delicious. So we'll be expecting to see some cold weather. Shiitake starting to come up in the days to come. This beauty here, sweet Sicily. These greens, edible already. Be careful with things like this. Not too far off from water hemlock looking, but I know it's sweet Sicily. I've grown it here for years. And here's babies of it, seedlings all over the place, to help support my nursery, my income, and as a chance to send these out to other areas of the forest. We've got Nanking cherries collected by the mice and voles from the shrubs over there, tracked all the way over here diligently, brought down deep into their burrows, and fed to their children over winter, but they leave the seeds because those are toxic. The Nanking cherries just come up in clumps of 10, 20. I've dug up clumps of 60 to 80 in a size like this, all straight out of a mouse hole or a vole hole. So I've got mice and voles doing some of the nursery work for me. Appreciate that. More sweet Sicilies coming up. You get the idea. Real high density systems, real high resiliency. We've got Anise Hyssop, looking like a velveteen sea creature. This right now, probably the sweetest, finest licorice flavor I could imagine. Little ramps that were transplanted in, popping underneath a John's elder. And this elder, taken some hardwood dormant cuttings and stuck them right under the tree, right along the margin where the grass is. So there's my rhizome barrier, is a reason to dig up these hardwood cuttings. Once they've struck roots, I can cut the sod and get them out. Got some nice red currants in here, triple crown thornless blackberry, Turkish rocket, profusion sorrels, varietal hascaps, you name it, it's in here. Rhubarb as a rhizome barrier, some more Nanking cherries that just popped up, Turkish rocket, sorrel, lavender, and this is all, 40 square feet of garden bed, maybe 40 species in total. I expect to see huge carpets of ground cherries. They self-sow and just kind of gush down the south side. But we've also put in some summer savory in there as well. So this is just one of the gardens here in a system where it's playful, high density, high diversity, super polyculture, lots of interrelationships, lots of mutual support, lots of guild. And then you see these white flags where this year's additions are coming in. So in the southwest we're putting in red alders as a pulsing nitrogen fixer into the system. This is a wet lull on the southwest side. And all through here, gave myself about 4 hours to put trees out today, and I got about 100 and maybe 120 in the ground. Each of those white flags are holes with 3 trees in them. They're Carpathian walnut with 2 red alders, or 2 aronias and a blue false indigo bush, or a cultivar hazelnut with black locust. Basically nitrogen fixers with food producers, a la Bullock Brothers, a la nature. You can't even see them. They're little bare root whips, but that's the fun of putting them in this time of year. You can truck along. There's some sea berries in here. That's a new addition this year. Got 150 of those to plant out. This time of year, the weather's beautiful, the plants are still dormant, the ground is moist and cool, the mulch is young and fresh and easy to work with, and you get just such high success rates by transplanting. Literally put in about 3 or 4 hours today and got 100+ trees and shrubs in the ground all over the place. Sorry about this camera. On the far south line, and again, more garlics coming up, dwarf comfreys, all sorts of green elements in the landscape starting to push up. Here's the nursery. Sorry, I couldn't help myself from chewing more of this astragalus. Yasta cutting stuck in November. Hardy kiwi female cutting stuck in November. Different varietal black currants. Just take my word for it that they're in there, all stuck in November. Lots of wood chips on there, and hopefully they'll have struck roots underneath that insulative snow load of a really intense cold winter, and be able to start lifting stock from here in a real thorough way soon enough. First plant sale will be April 26th. It's a Sunday, coming up here at Edible Acres. You can look at edibleacres.org for more information. We'll be here all day. Love to answer questions and have you out. Strongly encourage carpooling. Let us know if you need support in finding a way out here. Any car that comes to an event at Edible Acres with 3 or more people is entitled to a free tree. How's that? So do that. Come out and visit us. Register online, or drop us an email, sign up for a mailing list, whatever you want to do. But come check us out and see these systems in action. Try nibbling some of these weird things with me. Thanks for watching.